What's going on, everyone? My name is Nick. Today we're going to be unboxing and setting up the Bambu Lab A2L. The A2L has a little bit more instructions than usual, so I'm going to give you guys the quick, no fluff setup to help you get printing as fast as possible. Let's get right into it. Now, unboxing the A2L is pretty straightforward. Bambu Lab has done a great job at saving as much space as they possibly can, per usual. The first thing out of the box is the build plate. This is the gold PEI plate that your prints will be printed onto. You can go ahead and open it now or wait until you're ready to install it. It's honestly best not to touch it with your bare hands like I'm doing here. Coming out of the box next is the AMS stand. Now this stand is actually going to be temporary for me just to get my first prints complete. I'll show you why later on in the video. The instruction booklet is next. The AMS filament spool holders and the AMS body come out. Put all of this aside and we'll be setting this up last in the process. Next is the purge wiper, the black and gray thing, and the toolbox is in the cardboard box. Keep that close, we will need that in just a minute. Oh, and the power cable, which is not shown here because it went flying when I pulled out the foam out of the box. We need that last, of course. Coming out next is the A2L printer frame. We need that shortly, keep it close. Next is the base, which is secured by a few zip ties. Remove those and pull it out. Under all of this is the PTFE tubes in the clear Ziploc bag. Make sure you get those out. I almost missed them. Great, let's go ahead and clear off our workspace and set up the frame, base, and AMS on the bench. We will be securing the heat bed to the base next. Back in the toolbox, pull out the baggie with all of the screws. They are clearly labeled, which makes this whole entire process much easier. Grab the bag that says heat bed screws. Next, align the bed up with the mounts on the base, then securely screw in all 4 heat bed screws. Now it's time to attach the base to the frame. Slide the bed in between the frame at an angle and position the bed to slide down the frame securely. Pull the data cable out from between the frame to the outside. Next, let's remove the cover from under the heat bed. To do this, lift the cover from the rear of the machine and it will pop up and you can slide it out. There are 10 screws to secure the frame to the bed. I like to screw mine in at a zigzag or X pattern, going back and forth, just to make sure the bed and frame securely screw together. If you use an electric screwdriver, make sure that each screw is hand tightened the last little bit with a 2.0 hex Allen included in your toolbox. Next, pull out the lubricating oil in the toolbox. Make sure that it is definitely the oil and not the grease, and they are clearly labeled on the bottles. Remove the cap and use the top of the cap to puncture a hole in the oil. Slowly apply a small amount of oil to the guide rails on both sides. First from the back of the bed, then move the bed to the rear and apply the front of the rails. Once it is applied, use the back flat area of the oil to evenly spread the oil along the guide. This does not need to be perfect, so don't sweat it. Next, replace the cover. I use my left hand to guide the front of the cover into the holes in the front of the printer bed. This cover does take some practice, so give it some time. In your toolbox, there is a plastic cover. Grab that. We need to connect the 2 wires in the rear of the printer. Install the cover once the wires are connected. On the rear side of the printer, it's time to install the data cable to the X-axis motor. The cable can only be installed one way. Use the proper labeled bag of screws to secure that cable. Next, we need to remove the 4 screws securing the X-axis arm. Remove the screws and the plastic caps. Now it's time to install the purge wiper. Remove the tape on the arm and it will reveal a data cable. Slide in the purge wiper. Next, remove the rear cover on the purge wiper and connect the two cables together. Now secure the wiper with the single screw, and that screw is located in the labeled bag. It may take a second to find where it goes, so be patient. Replace the cover. Next, slide out the touchscreen, remove the stickers on the bed, and install the build plate. Try not to touch the build plate with your fingers. Next, let's grab all the AMS parts and remove the zip ties securing the AMS. Install the AMS onto its stand and grab the bag with all 4 screws for the AMS. Install the AMS to the stand. Now install the spool holders into the AMS, orange to orange, green to green. No particular order, just color coded. Pull out your PTFE tubes from the bag and remove the single tube and set that one aside. Next, find the side of the tubes that have 2 tubes that are longer than the others. Install the longer tubes on the far side from the printer to the AMS and the short tubes on the closer side of the AMS. Now install the other side of the tubes on the top of the tool head. Next, install the plug from the back of the AMS to the rear of the printer. Now remove any leftover tape and plug in your printer and turn it on. Once the screen turns on, hit the start button. Select your language and your region. Next, make sure you install the Bambu Lab Handy app and set up an account. Once that's done, connect the printer to your Wi-Fi network. When it's done, it will prompt you to scan the QR code from the Handy app to bind the printer to your account. Next, the printer is going to remind you to make sure that you did all the important steps and make sure that they're complete. If you followed along, you're good to go. Hit next twice and it will prompt you to run a calibration. Hit start. All right, now this is a great time to talk about the next steps. Normally I would run a Benchy and there's one loaded onto the printer's memory card. But since I have a lot of faith in this printer, I decided to skip that and jump straight into my first print. But before we print anything, make sure you're 100% updated with the latest firmware. Your printer is going to alert you before it goes to the home screen. Make sure you run this. It will take about 20 minutes. This will alleviate any outstanding issues with the printer, and I always make sure I run the latest firmwares. All right, guys, the first print, the A1 AMS overhead mount. This removes the AMS base and positions the AMS over your printer, saving you a lot of space. This is totally up to you, but I am very limited on space, so the overhead is where all my AMS light units are located. The link to this mod and all the rest of the mods will be down in the description. You can print this mod in PLA, but I definitely recommend PETG. PETG is going to be much stronger. However, if you don't have any PETG, you can print it in PLA. If you ever run into issues with it in PLA, you can reprint in PETG later. Once this is printed, slide it onto the top of the frame in the center, unscrew your AMS light, and mount it to this overhead mount. Now make sure that you screw it into this mount, of course. Next, you will notice that the PTFE tubes are being pulled and they're not so rounded anymore. To fix that, I print these tube guides that mount to the top of the AMS light. There are many different versions of this. This one is light on filament and does the job. Oh, and sorry for my hands being in the way. Lay the guide on top of the AMS and insert the tubes through the holes and reinstall the tubes. I don't think that there's much to explain here. Normally, my next print would be one of the mini A1 poop buckets, but since the A2L is very new, the bucket that I normally print isn't even available. So what do? Well, I design it myself. Now I can't take all the credit here. I based my design off of one of my favorite A1 poop buckets from 3D Magic. This took about 30 minutes of design in Fusion. I did have to print a few test prints to make sure that the filament purge would connect properly. But after that, we now have an A2L poop bucket that hangs on the purge wiper. And the reason why I like this design over a tabletop version is that I can now let the poop bucket hang over the side of a table. It's purely preference, but this is the type that I like. Now, before we can properly use our AMS, we need to secure the filament spools on the front. You may notice that the top mount has a slight angle on it. This makes the AMS more stable and moves the center of gravity over the frame, but it also creates an issue with allowing the filaments to fall off. And trust me, it's happened a few times when I first started doing this. No problem, the quick fix is our spool holder locks. They're very simple to install, and I'm going to walk you through it. Remove the front spool holders first. Now unscrew the flat end washer. Next, with a flathead screwdriver, line up the hole in the spool with the little fingers that stick out and pry the finger out with a flathead screwdriver. I'm not sure if that's the name for it, but that's what I'm calling it. Do the same step for all three and pop them out. Pull out the inner housing and remove that gray cap on top. You can pry it off with the flathead screwdriver or try unscrewing it. Yes, all of this is very greasy, so you're going to want to get a cloth and wipe down everything when you're done. Put on your new printed cap. Replace the housing back in. One by one, replace the spool fingers. And then last, the washer cap. Replace the new spool holders. And now you have a way to secure your spools on your AMS. This mod has worked for me for years and has never failed. And these are my must prints for the brand new Bambu Lab A2L. I'm going to continue reviewing this machine and give you guys my input when I'm ready. I hope if you purchase the A2L that this video has helped you out. And if you're thinking of purchasing the Bambu Lab A2L, you can help out the channel. I have an affiliate link down below. It's a great way to support what I'm doing on my channel and to continue to provide you all with the highest quality material. Again, my name is Nick. Have a great day and happy printing.